Whether you know it or not, your body language is narrating an entire story about your past, what you're thinking, and how you're feeling. Something as simple as the way you stand or move your hands can show your personality traits. Curious what secrets your body could be divulging without you knowing it? Here are 11 things your body language says about you. Number 11. Your posture can scream power. Notice how in some meetings or even in TV shows that some people just seem to hold an aura of power? They take up more space in the room. They don't have to speak to show this. Their body language speaks for them. Take a closer look at how they're standing. Are they more like Harvey Specter from Suits or more like Toby from The Office? If they're leaning over their desks with their hands spread apart, then that says they have dominant personalities. See, your brain is hardwired to connect power with the amount of space someone takes up. This projects power, demands respect, and promotes engagement. So, if you often find yourself standing up straight, that says you're confident. On the other hand, if you're slouching, ergo taking up less space, then you project less power. Number 10. Putting your hands on your face means you're nervous. Putting your hands on your face a lot is a sure tell sign that you're nervous. So what you're doing, even if it's on an unconscious level, is putting a barrier between your face and the person you're talking with. Your face has a few pressure points that activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your body's internal coping mechanism. You'll notice you're touching your face when you're feeling particularly shocked, stressed, worried, upset, or even just intensely concentrating. On a subconscious level, your body is trying to soothe itself, protect you, and overcome the anxiety you're feeling. Number 9. Having a firm handshake equates confidence. There was an entire study at the University of Alabama that proved this. They gathered 112 subjects and asked them to shake hands with 4 different trained professionals. By just shaking their hands, these 4 professionals were able to determine if the person in front of them was confident, outgoing, optimistic, and willing to try new experiences. This is solely based on the strength of their handshake. So, your handshake says a lot about you. Employers are more likely to think that you're a worthy candidate for an interview if you shake their hand firmly. Another study, this one published in the Journal of Applied Psychology, found out that 98% of undergraduate students, only those with strong handshakes, were perceived as more hireable. Number 8. Your feet direction shows if you like a person. Take notice of how a group of people is standing. It's a scientific fact that people's feet point towards the person they're most interested in talking to. If their feet are pointed away, you can trust that they're looking for a way to get out of that conversation as soon as possible, or at least uncomfortable. You can also tell if someone is interested in a conversation, even if they're sitting down. Take a look at the position of their legs. If their legs are pointed towards you, that means they're open to conversation. If you approach someone and they notice you, if their foot is pointed towards you, even in the back of their minds, they want to talk to you. You can also see if 2 people are equally interested in a conversation if they have one foot, which is their lead foot, pointed forward and towards the other person. If only one person is interested, you may find just one foot stepping forward. Number 7. A resting face means you feel threatened. A lot of people say that they just have a resting mean face, and while that may be true, in a lot of cases, that blank expression could be because you feel threatened. A person's facial expression is a window into how they're feeling. Of course, you can tell if someone feels threatened or angry if they have a cold face, a glare, or if they're narrowing their eyes, but some are less open. A blank face means that not only are they unwilling to take in what the other person is saying, but that they feel a need to be defensive or aggressive. In addition, people who lack expressive facial expressions are often viewed as unhappy. Number 6. Crossing your arms means you're feeling closed off. For a lot of people, crossing their arms while they're talking feels natural, but what you may not know is that it's your body language's way of saying that you're closed off. Crossing your arms means that you're blocking the central body, which in turn means that you're unwilling to engage in communication or connection. It also means that you're not welcoming an idea. Crossed arms and even crossed legs means that you're actively trying to put a physical barrier. You could be smiling and cracking jokes, but your body language is another story. You're emotionally, mentally, and physically trying to block the person in front of you. Number 5. Moving around a lot means you're anxious. Animatedly moving around a lot, fidgeting and fiddling are all signs that tell other people that you're feeling anxious. When people are feeling anxious, they tend to do one of the following. They could fiddle with their hands, play with their hair, and in some cases, shred napkins. Now, this anxiousness doesn't necessarily mean bad things or that you don't like the person across from you. It could be because you're nervous in a particular situation. It could be because you like this person and are attracted to them. If you find yourself excessively nodding when someone is speaking, that could mean that you're anxious about their approval and what they think. The same goes for speaking fast and waving your hands a lot. Number 4. Touching your heart means you're honest. If a person says that they're sorry but otherwise doesn't make any movement, they can come across as insincere or cold. So what's the trick? You could already be doing it. A surefire way that signals you're a genuine, empathic person shows in little movements like these. It's not just touching your heart, it could be gesturing with your hands up. In a lot of cultures, placing your hand on your heart is associated with the truth. It shows that you have honest intentions, that you're pledging allegiance, and that you're giving your word of honor. Number 3. Clasping your hands together means you're feeling insecure. Whether you know it or not, your body is trying to recreate that affectionate feeling couples experience when they're holding hands. When your body doesn't have that option, no significant other around to hold hands with, your body unconsciously chooses to hold your own hand. This could be hugging one hand on top of the other or interlacing your fingers. What does this say about you? Interlaced fingers mean that you're giving yourself a self-hug. This means you're in a situation where you're comforting yourself. Whether you know it or not, you're reaching for that security you feel when you held hands with your parents or a loved one. As an adult, you may be feeling insecure at the moment. You may find yourself doing this at work where you're nervous or during events. Number 2. Eyebrows raised means you're interested. Believe it or not, humans are not the only ones who do this. Monkeys and apes are known to do the same. Raising your eyebrows a little, even for less than half a second, means that you're interested. See, you're unintentionally calling attention to your face to also make the other person pay attention. You may notice this in public speakers and teachers who used it as a method to make people listen and look at them. Almost all around the world, raising your eyebrows is a form of greeting. Number 1. Tilting your head to the side signals openness. This is one body language secret most people aren't even aware of. Ever noticed yourself doing this? Or other people doing the same? Your head tilts to the side, exposing your neck. What does it mean? It's an unmistakable sign of openness. Our necks are one of the most vulnerable areas of our bodies and require protection. So it only makes sense that exposing it is a sign you feel safe and are opening up. You're showing that you're comfortable. In some cases, it could mean that you're attracted to someone or plan expressing platonic interest in someone. And these are all the things your body language says about you that we have for you today. What did you think of them? Do you use some of them? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And before you go, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to Weeklypedia and click that notification bell to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.